Hey everyone, it's Raj from 3CB. Arsenal center back William Saliba has missed the last 4 games with a low back injury, and it's no coincidence that the club's form has suffered since his injury. There's a variety of reasons for that, and that's probably a whole different topic, but generally the reality is that his backup Rob Holding's attributes are pretty much the opposite strengths and weaknesses of William Saliba, and therefore it really changes how Arsenal want to play and control matches. Anyways, getting back to Saliba's actual injury. I was a little cautious to comment on his injury because all the information we had was simply that he has a low back injury, and there's lots of nuances and details there that matter. However, we got a new report saying a couple things. Firstly, that the injury is reportedly related to, quote, structural damage in his low back. Typically, that's going to refer to the spine area. And then secondly, there is more information that it's not directly a disc-related issue, but it could become one. Based on that and the research on prevalence of low back injuries in young high-level footballers, this is most likely what's called a spondylolysis, which is a stress reaction or stress fracture of part of the bone in your spine, part of the vertebrae called the pars interarticularis. So typically, a stress reaction comes from repetitive stress to that area, and in a sport like football that has a lot of lumbar extension, flexion, rotation, twisting, oftentimes under load, there's going to be significant stress on that area. You multiply that times thousands and thousands of repetitions, it can cause a stress reaction, which if left untreated can lead to a stress fracture. All of that would honestly align with the information that we've been given recently, and also with Saliba's plan of care and timeline to see how he's responding and to see how that injury is healing and progressing. The reason why a disc injury could potentially be involved, as I said earlier, is that if this injury worsens, then it can lead to a more severe injury, which is called a spondylolisthesis, in which the disc is now impacted. Of course, the club does not want this injury to get to that point, and they're being very conservative and methodical with Saliba for that reason. The good news here is that if this is in fact a spondylolysis, is that with the proper amount of healing time and proper rehabilitation, the outcomes here are very, very good. And it does sound like there's increasing doubt that Saliba will be back for this season. But I imagine with the summer coming up that they're going to keep trying to see if he can recover well enough to get back for the latter games remaining for this season, and then address it fully over the summer. If something does flare up, I imagine they'll completely shut him down and then get an early start on that recovery process. I'll keep you updated as we learn more information.